bed all day and I'd watch cartoons or I'd read the funny papers or whatever. And then Monday, I'd feel all slow because I was overeating on Sunday, which would give me the Monday morning blues. Now, some people have legit morning blues because they hate their jobs. Some people go out Sunday night and get drunk because they got to go to work the next day. So those are some legit Monday morning blues. But mine was from overeating. So you got to find out where your comfort food is. Are you self-medicating with food? Because that's what I was doing. I was self-medicating with food. And you got to figure out how to do that. That's my fault. I turned off the airplane mode. So here we are, day 5. And we're doing spirit transcendence. So we're doing dancing, cleansing of the Holy Spirit. Updates about what you need to be doing each day of the 21 days. Now, I already drank my juice. Usually you catch me sipping my juice, but it's finished. And like I said, today is my relaxed day. Today, I don't feel energized to put out a lot of energy or do a lot of things. I just want to be a mellow day. As a matter of fact, I really don't even want to talk today. And the last 5 days, we've been putting out a lot of energy, answering emails, answering text messages, direct messaging on our 5. We have the Blue Dragon Academy site. We have the Love Qigong site. We got the 21 Days to Wellness. We've got Love Chinese Medicine. We've got Dr. Chi Love. And we've got George Xavier Love. So I got a lot of pages, a lot of contact, and a lot of content. So I'm happy to serve you. But there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation, and I'm here to help clear that up. So any questions that you might have about stuff you've heard, stuff you've read, can you do steam baths? Can you do Epsom salt baths? Can you do certain things that will kill the virus? You can't kill something that's not alive. So I just want to make a really quick analogy. HIV is not gone. It's still around. People are still dying from HIV. And I suspect that COVID-19, 30 years from now, will still be around. But we are not going to have to do social distancing. As a matter of fact, our wonderful president is going to tell us we're going to go back to work April 30th. So May 1st, we're having a Bustin' Loose party. And the only way you can find out the various locations of the Bustin' Loose party is when you go to 21days2wellness.com. So each week of the 3 weeks of the 21 days, you're going to learn 2 or 3 different Qigong exercises. You're going to learn an tapping method to break neural patterns of addiction to suffering. Wow, I don't like to suffer. I know you don't like to suffer. And yet, we do things that make us suffer. Why? Why indeed? Well, in order to answer why for you, because there's no one answer that serves everybody's issues, you have to meditate. So I'm going to teach you 3 easy things that's going to help you learn how to meditate better. First of all, it's your posture. So you have to sit up straight. You can't like lay back and meditate. You have to sit on the edge of your chair. You have to cross your ankles. Your knees have to be lower than your hips. Then you have to elongate. You have to tuck your chin in, elevate the head. That's the right posture. Then you have to breathe properly. The breathing is the key. So when we meditate, you're going to take a deep breath out. Deep breath in. Count to 7 as you breathe out. And that is our breath. Now, there's 8 different breathing exercises, but so since there's no sense organ, what is the point of the optic nerve? Now, the pituitary gland is not a sense organ, technically, but in fact, it is, because the pituitary gland is what we call the master gland. It manufactures all of the digestive enzymes. All of the hormone pituitary senses, it is a sense organ. So it takes the information from your eyes, from your ears, from what we call extrasensory perception. It takes all that in. And then it has to make a decision what it's going to do with that information. So the hippocampus receives that information from the 6 senses and the pineal, and then it kicks it upstairs to the cortical process, which we call the higher mind. So we have a reptilian brain, we have a mammalian brain, and we have a divine mind. And so the hippocampus takes all that sensory information up to the neocortex, brings it back down, and then the hypothalamus then sends that out to the body, so it acts out. Now, the visualization that is required is the one that you want, the solution that you're looking for. Do you prefer the beach? Do you prefer the mountains? Do you prefer the meadow? Do you prefer the lake? So you want to. Other people look at a photograph. Other people look at a painting. Other people look at geometric interlocking patterns. Some people look at a mandala. So there's all kinds of things we can look at in order to create a visualization. The eyes are the window to the soul. The eyes take the information in and then puts information out. The eyes are also a mirror reflection. So posture, breathing, visualization. Now, the whole point of meditation is not to think about something, it's to not think at all. It's to shut it all down. Now, I lecture frequently on sleepitation. What happens when you go to sleep? Where do you go when you go to sleep? The short answer is you go to God. And what that really means is your brain waves start to slow down from beta to alpha to theta to delta. And delta is the slowest brainwave vibration. And when you get into delta, you're directly getting actually see in your dreams, and your eyes are closed, and that's when your third eye is open. So guess what happens? You can use your third eye to see with your eyes open. Now, if you want to learn how to do that, go to patreon.com, Dr. Love, and register. And there'll be information on sleepitation, on how you can meditate asleep or awake. So, Mr. Holistic Motivator, has anyone chimed in? Not yet. So we're live on YouTube, we're live on Instagram, and we're live on Facebook.
And Periscope
And we're live on Periscope.
on Friday.
Mm.
So we have a new way of delivering the webinar to a Facebook group. Can you tell them about that so they can check that out?
Okay, so every Friday night we do a free webinar. Last week we did the formula for mental wellness. And we're going to do a part 2 on the formula for mental wellness because there's no way we can cover that in 1 hour. So I gave a chart, and if you go to Patreon, you can access the information. I actually wrote it out on a whiteboard presentation. And there was so technique by Gary Craig. I also studied with Gary Craig, and I challenged him and I said, I know this is Chinese medicine. He said, yeah, I know it's Chinese medicine too. I said, but I want to teach it differently. He says, you can teach it whatever way you want. You can call it whatever you want, but you got to teach it. You cannot let this knowledge go to waste. So it's based on Gary Craig's work, but I tweaked it. And I call it acu-tapping because all of the points are actually acupuncture. One is, what are you asking for? How do you identify what your issue is? And then how can you break human trait? So we accumulate, and then that becomes chi stagnation. And then chi stagnation transforms into inflammation. And then inflammation transforms into dis-ease. So there's a whole process whereby you get sick. So we're here to build your immune system, or more importantly, to teach you how you can build your immune system. And your beliefs, your attitudes, your perspectives, your perceptions are all part and parcel of how your immune system works. And that's the reason why you have to learn how to do this properly and effectively. Because you don't have to get sick from any cough, cold, flu, virus, Ebola, HIV. You don't have to get sick because we've got 30 years of case studies, which is sent out in weekly packets of information on how you can transform your immune system into a shield that protects you against virus, bacteria, fungus, and parasites. So, are there any?
I have some unanswered questions from yesterday.
Okay.
Is the herb sage help with the boost the immune system?
That is an excellent question. There's no studies from a Western medical standpoint that sage builds the immune system. However, that you get a cold or you feel yourself coming down with a cold, you drink sage tea. We do that in Morocco, we do that in Egypt, we do that in Persia. So they're drinking sage tea. Now, in the Americas, we burn sage and we do something called smudging. Now, does smudging take bacteria out of the air? Again, no scientific test studies to prove that, because anything external, 50-50. So Western medicine is only interested in looking at drug cures. So I'm not going to test sage. So if you believe that sage is effective because of historical use, then I would say continue to use it. And I do the same thing. But I'm not asking you to believe what I believe. You'll have to do independent verification for yourself and then share it back with us. Okay, do you have another question from yesterday?
Yeah. What is the best way to engage the myelin? How you said that word? MYELN?
The myelin sheath.
Myelin sheets. What best way
What
to
is
engage
the best way to
myelin sheath?
engage the myelin sheath?
Should the lightweight be used or just focused intention?
Just focused intention. That's because we use our own body weight. Before we invented weight lifting equipment, we used our own body weight. Okay, and that's why we do swing arms. That's why we do teacups. All those things engage the myelin sheath.
Even somebody said that I don't have a dental infection. Well, that looks like a consultation question. Well, there was a question from Serena, but I thought it was a medical question.
Okay.
How do you heal carpal tunnel syndrome?
Okay. So carpal tunnel makes it hard to use your fingers. So if you're a trumpet player, trombone player, saxophone player, stress will cause that sheath to grip, so you won't be able to move your fingers. So we use acupuncture. Now, Qigong takes longer. It's a little more uncomfortable, but we do fingertip therapy. We can place a magnet on the point and tape the magnet on. Those are 3 different ways you can use Chinese medicine to treat carpal tunnel.
Nice. Would it be okay to wear wrist or ankle weights while doing Qigong exercises? Please repeat the question.
Would it be okay to wear wrist or ankle weights while doing Qigong? That would be okay once you've mastered the movements or wrist weights. Or you can do what we're going to do in class. We're going to use 2-pound weights, and we're going to do the teacup exercises with 2-pound weights. And so we're going to do flying dragon with 2-pound weights. So there's all kinds of exercises that we do use 2-pound weights, and will build up the external strength. So my focus is on internal, but the people who are coming to me don't have external strength to start with. So we start with the external, and then we go internal.
All right. No more questions.
Okay, so tune in Friday night for Mental Wellness Part 2, and join the online Qigong class, loveqigong.com. And if you want to get on the newsletter, go to 21 Days to Wellness.
Yeah, actually about products on your site.
To sell products, but given the current state of the world, I'm being forced to sell products. So the number one product is the 7-day detox kit, which is part of the 21 Days to Wellness. The 7-day detox kit has 5 ingredients. So one is agar-agar powder, which is a sea vegetable fiber that pulls debris throughout the digestive system. One is cayenne and garlic capsules. One is bee pollen, that keeps your energy level high. One is a blue-green algae, which feeds your brain a high-quality vegetable protein. And then the last ingredient is a stool softener, which breaks up congestion in your colon. Those 5 ingredients with the carrot, celery, beet, ginger, turmeric juice is the core of the second week of the 21-day program. Then we have ear acumagnets. These are 2,000 Gauss magnets that clip on the ear. And there is there's a website, and there's charts, and there's an ebook. So if you go to lovechinesemedicine.com, you align the spine, and as a footsie roller, and as a tool for our Thai yoga, our Qigong yoga exercise, our moving meditation. So those are just some of the products. And then, of course, I've got a dozen books that I've written. They're also on the website, lovechinesemedicine.com/store. For cough, cold, flu, for stomach upset, for heart issues, lung issues, kidney issues, liver issues, and digestive disorders. So I keep those 12 formulas in stock. For watching, thank you for listening. Please join the online class in the morning. You get so much more depth from that. Take the free webinar. But if you want to support the work that I do in bringing this information to you, then go to patreon.com/DRQILOVE, Dr. Chi Love. So I want you to remember, your health is in your hands. Prevention is the only cure. And in order to be well, you've got to breathe well. Thank you.